The oppressive white serpent devours the great peace. Daganaweda told the people he saw that during this time of the return of the serpent energy, that a white serpent would come into their land. For a time, it would intermingle with the people. It would be accepted by the Indian people, and they would come to regard the serpent as a friend and a brother. This serpent would grow and be nurtured by the people. And over time, the serpent would become very powerful. As it grew, although outwardly friendly towards the people, the serpent would ultimately become obsessed with having more and more power. This serpent would have an insatiable appetite for power. It would seem that there would never be enough to satisfy this serpent. It would reach out a giant claw and attempt to choke the life force from the people if they did not succumb to the twisted will of the serpent, which would grow more and more delirious with its quest for knowledge and power. The serpent would grow mad and think that it could own the very earth itself. In its desire for more power, it would eventually attempt to drive off and even kill the very people that had befriended it. It would threaten to completely destroy them and any other people that dared defy its will. Many would become addicted to the seemingly easy way of life that the serpent would offer them. And through a gradual corruption of the spirit, they would fall under the power of this serpent. The serpent's power lay in its ability to manipulate the people by creating fear and self-doubt in the true spiritual path. The serpent became a master of illusion and could even fool itself for a time into believing that it was like the people itself, that it was no longer a serpent. But while it talked of love and a new way of life for the people, it would be devouring the earth itself. Even the beasts of the forest and the great seas would flee in terror when it showed its face amongst them. However, there would be people who would continue to live in the way of the great peace. They would see the serpent for what it was. They would not give in to fear and illusion. Although small in number, they would somehow survive the times that were coming. Many, however, would choose to leave rather than endure the years of struggle and hardship that would come to this land. It would be very strange times. A great struggle would develop between these few people who still held to the ways of the great peace and the serpent. There would be much contest and long suffering by the people, as the ways of the serpent would have slowly corrupted many of them from the inside, separating them from the power of the great spirit that moved within them. The ways of the serpent would separate them from each other, mother from child, child from grandparent. The family fire would be almost non-existent in times that were coming. If the family fire was ever allowed to be broken, if brother took to warfare against his brother, it would only be a matter of time before all was lost. A great despair would fall upon the people and the land. Since the people were the land, In time, the land would eventually start to die.